Hi Pisces, thank you for joining me for the September 2018, September already, Taroscope with Animal Totem. I hope you came through the eclipses okay, and you had your full moon last month too. Well, actually in August, if you're watching this ahead of time, it's yet to come. It was August 26th. So what is going on for our Pisces? I want to tell, I know that many of you appreciate that I get these. Oh, we're going to be using Rock and Roll Tarot deck, which is my own creation as always. I have books and other things you might want to check out. And then we're going to pull a card from the Animal Totem deck, also my own creation, the Beast Mistress. Now I know that you guys appreciate that I get my tarot scopes out early, but I don't know that if you realize how much work that really goes into it. So what I'm going to do starting next month, for October, I'm still going to do them early, and maybe even earlier, as early as I can possibly get them done, because it's quite a bit of work. And then I'm going to get them, release them to my patrons. You can view any or all of the 12 videos early, with no ads from Google, a couple weeks earlier. They'll still be free to everybody on YouTube, but those will come out, I'm going to release them about 2 weeks earlier to my patrons, who support me at the $8 a month level. So for $8, you can view all 12 readings before anybody else, and you can, with no commercials as well. So that's something that's going to start next month, when we get into the October readings. But I will be, oh, there's your first card. I will be posting them fairly early in September, hopefully. So if you're interested, you can find the link below to my Patreon. But what is going on for September for our Pisces friends? September for Pisces. I think this came out first and then that came out second. I need 2 more cards for Pisces for September, 1 and 2. Okay, so here is your September card spread for Pisces. Well, this just flew out, so it's saying that a conflict, or something that's been a conflict or a struggle for some time, is turning around. I think I need to, I always do you guys first, because we have to upload them in backwards order when on YouTube, in order to have Aries be the first, you know, so they're in numeric order. I do Pisces and work my way backwards, so you guys are, I'm not always kind of not really set up quite right when I do you guys, but you're probably used to it by now if you're a regular viewer. Okay, so here you guys are. And the people in the spread, if you've never tuned into my readings, the people will not be gender specific. Could be male, female, it would not matter. So this person could be a male or female, it would not be a queen just because it's a female just because it's a queen. But anyway, so something that you've been really struggling with is turning around. And this has kept you up nights. This is something that's kept you up nights worrying, that you've cried about, that you've worried about. Now, I can't help but notice that we have 9s. We have the 9 of Swords, we have the 9 of Pentacles, and we have the 9 of Cups, which is the Wish card, one of the best cards in the deck. So we've got 3 9 cards. And September is the 9th month, too. This still seems a little crooked. Let me see if I can fix that a little better. How's that? Nah, a little better. I get dizzy trying to look up at the monitor. I like to just look down and not worry about what the camera's doing, but I want to make sure it looks right. So anyway, so 9. 9th month, 999, and these 2 9. Well, this 9 is not such a great card, even in the reverse position. It's sorrow, it's worry, stress, staying up at night worrying. These 9s are some sweet cards, especially the 9, well, both of them, 9 of Pentacles. So if there's been any stress or worry about finances, things should really be taking a turnaround, because that kind of lines up with these 2 here. So if you've been stressing or worrying about money, I know a lot of people are short during this time frame, because if you have kids, kids are going back to school, and that just sets off a chain reaction. I mean, certain retailers do well, but people don't have as much income because of kids going back to school, and I remember those days as well. I mean, there's so many expenses that you have. So the economy sort of picks up a little post back to school time, because it affects everybody. And it looks like that it's going to pick up for you as well. It looks like you're going to be in a sweet spot with your money, I want to say, sweet spot. By the way, if you see that, what's cool about these cards, if you see words standing out to you, or they kind of look like they've moved around and say something else, do pay attention to those, because that is a message from Spirit, and that's why this deck is so cool. But 9, so having ease, ease is really standing out to me here, the word ease. Things are going to start to be easier. Plus, we've been in this retrogrades. Oh, the retrograde planets is so crazy. Oh, the astrology has just been off the hook crazy. We've had all these retrogrades, all this stuff going on. And as we move into September, most of the inner planets are going direct, and then Saturn's going direct also. So none of them are in your sign, so it's not, you know, it's not like it's, oh, it's my thing, but it does affect people. It absolutely does affect everyone. So things are moving forward for you and everyone else, and you're going to be in a nice spot with the finances. In this card, she's got the money to pay her bills, and she's got extra. She's got disposable income to spend on clothes and leisure time for her pets. So, or maybe you've just been working to get this deadline, and now you're done, and you can take a breather here. It feels like ease, a breather. It feels like that you can take a little bit of a break here. The Queen of Rods does have something to do with this, and again, it's a female. I mean, it's a female card, but it could be anybody. She may be a fire sign, which is a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. Now, as recording this video, we are still in the sign of Leo, so it could be, and it could be some residual energy from the Leo eclipse that we had on August 11th. Sometimes it takes 1 month for the eclipse energy to really kick in there. Are we having any fire sign? We're having a new moon in Virgo. We are having a full moon in Aries, which is a fire sign. We're having a full moon in Aries on the 24th of September. So that might be a day where this could happen, but I'm stronger that it has to do with the eclipse. That it's 1 month later of the eclipse. Besides the 9, the other thing is you have 2 aces. You have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So new beginnings are starting. Also, the 1-1 reminds me of 11, like 8/11 when the eclipse was. So, and this could be 9/11. I know 9/11 in America commemorates the date of that horrible thing that happened, but in your case it looks like it's something good, and I think it could be for many of you around the 11th or approximately 1 month later of that eclipse. Some things could really be popping into place. Let me just, for the heck of it, I've got my ephemeris right here. Is any major aspects on or around the 11th? Well, there's a Jupiter sextile Pluto, Venus close Uranus, Sun sextile Jupiter. So there are some planet-to-planet aspects. I always mark them in green, if you could see, you know. Those are planet-to-planet aspects. So there are some other astrology aspects that could be affecting you. You would really have to look at your individual chart for that more. But new beginnings, new thing, breakthrough. Did it say breakthrough? Yeah, it said breakthrough here. Breakthrough is really standing out to me. Some kind of major breakthrough. And although this does represent timing much of the time, it can represent an actual person. So I feel for most of you this is going to be an actual person who comes in. It's a wish come true. You've got the wish card, so it is a wish come true. She comes in, and I said she, but of course it could be anybody, and everything changes for the better. It's a breakthrough. It's a new beginning. It's something you've been waiting on for a while here. 4 of Swords, you've been waiting on this, and somebody's making a decision, and I feel this says somebody's making a decision, and I feel that it's this person who is making that decision that is moving you forward. You know, that black cat is really standing out to me too. So I wonder if we can't even be going a little bit further ahead, because when you think of black cats, you think of Halloween, or at least I do, or witches, you know. So it might have something to do with, we'll be moving into Halloween season by the end of, you know, September, mid-end of September. Everybody's gearing up for Halloween. So, I mean, for some of you, that could be a real thing. Like maybe you do events, and it's some kind of big Halloween event. You know, it could be, you know, the Halloween reference could be real specific. For some of you, it might even be, do you have a black cat? I have a black cat. Could be your own cat, you know. And the sunflower stood out to me there for a minute too. We have here we have this big field, a huge pasture of sunflowers, and everybody goes and takes pictures of themselves in the sunflower fields in the fall months. And well, it's fall here. And by the way, I have those fall readings ready. I'm going to do your animal totem, but I have a few things I want to share with you because I've been on a really creative binge, and I have a few new things that I've posted, and I want to quickly tell you about it. The main thing being these astro art. This is made from your chart. Now this one has They all will have your chart in it some way, and it'll have the animal totems or astrology symbols. I may use some, I may use all. It's different for everybody. This has the chart in it 3 times. It's down here, and some animal totems. Or it doesn't. The camera doesn't pick it up, but it's so cool. And the background is actually a. Something having to do with your planetary stuff too, a constellation. This one is a close-up of Jupiter, the spots on Jupiter. And this one, I've only used the chart once, and it's up here. So these are custom made according to your personal chart. That's one thing that I'm offering right now. And there is another thing that I'm doing is these astral glyphs. Now it's just one glyph, and these are a little more affordable, but this is like a pictograph or a glyph of your astrological stuff. And as always, I have the mandalas. And real quickly, I want to show you that I've done these rising and moon signs for every single rising and moon possibility. And you can find that it has the symbol, like this is the Virgo. So it has a symbol for Virgo inside the sun. They're all the same, but they all say a different thing. And you can find those under the T's, and then you can find the art under the art section in my chart, in my website. And the other thing is, I am open for a short time for reading the equinox readings, or the ingress readings, and that's for the quarter ahead. It's an astrology reading, but it's a psychic reading, and I also pull an animal totem for you for the quarter of the year, for the season. It's a seasonal reading. So as I'm going to do right now, I'm going to jump to your animal totem, and thank you for your patience. So what is the animal totem card going to be for our Pisces friends for September? The ladybug. That's lucky. I always think of the ladybug almost like the wish card. I kind of put those two together a lot. Here's what I wrote initially. Lucky lady of the garden, harbinger of happiness and joy, rid my life of obstacles that are destructive to my divine right to flourish. Well, the wish card is definitely a card of flourishing. The Nine of Pentacles is definitely a card of flourishing. So I think flourishing is going to be your keyword for the month, Pisces, because it looks, from all indications, is you are flourishing. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. Please do check out my different wares. I have the equinox readings, the t-shirts. I have these books. I have different books and decks. Everything that you contribute in other means, it helps to keep these free readings every month. And the next month still will be posted free on YouTube, but it's going to be, I'm going to post it 2 weeks early for the Patreon people. So a lot to look into, a lot to think about. So I appreciate you taking the time to visit my site and checking the links below, as well as liking and sharing, commenting, and everything else you do to help promote me and my channel. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great month of September, and I'll speak to you soon.